I have been following this case closely, and to be honest, what shocked me the most isn't just the allegations themselves, it's how quickly social media turned into a courtroom. Everybody already has a verdict. Some say she was a virgin, others said she wasn't a virgin, some said she went there for hookup, some said she went there to sell her virginity, others insisted she was assaulted. Some people are attacking the family because they later asked Nigerians for some financial assistance. Others have already concluded that the suspect is guilty of everything alleged. But can we pause for a moment and ask ourselves one question? How many of us actually knows the complete truth? From everything that has been reported publicly, there are different categories of information. There are allegations made by the family. There are statements made by the deceased before her death. There are reports of what the suspects alleged to have said during the course of investigation. There are facts the courts and investigators still have to establish. Those are not the same thing, and we should be careful not to mix them together. One thing I find disturbing is how quickly people started putting the deceased on trial. Why did she go to the hotel? Why did she collect transport money? Why did she keep asking him for money afterwards? People ask this question as though the answers can automatically prove what happened. But they don't. I've seen people say that because she later kept asking him for money, that means she went there to sell herself or a hookup gone wrong. But is that the only possible explanation? No. If someone alleges they're assaulted, there are many reasons why they might later ask the other person for money. It could be for transport, medication, compensation for the harm they believe they have done to them, or simply because they believe that person should take responsibility. Asking for money does not automatically prove prostitution. Another comment I've seen everywhere is, if the man had just given her the 50,000 naira, she wouldn't have ended her life. But honestly, we can't say that. None of us know what was going through her mind during that week before she decided to end her life. Suicide is rarely caused by one thing alone. It is often the result of overwhelming emotions, hopelessness, trauma, fear, shame, financial stress, health concerns, or several struggles happening at the same time. If the allegations are true, then this was never just about 50,000 naira. She may also be carrying emotional pain, fear, disappointment, or a feeling of being abandoned. We simply don't know everything she was experiencing. Sometimes, money isn't just money. It represents accountability, support, hope, or someone taking responsibility. And sometimes it doesn't. We don't know which applied here. And that's exactly why we shouldn't pretend to know. And then there's the issue of family reported hospital deaths. I have seen people say they are lying, they are poor. How can poor people borrow 7 million naira? Being poor doesn't mean it's impossible to borrow money. Families in medical emergencies sometimes borrow from relatives, friends, churches, cooperatives, employers, communities members. Sometimes it can leave them buried in debt. Now, does that mean the reported amount is accurate? No. If public is being asked to donate money, people have every right to ask for accountability. Transparency is very important. Questioning is fair, but condemning without proof is not. What worried me most in this case is that many people is more interested in proving that the deceased was a bad person. Whether she enters the hotel room or not doesn't answer every legal factual question. Whether she asks for money afterwards does not automatically mean she was selling sex. And whether a family is poor or not does not automatically mean they are lying about their debt. At the end of the day, a young woman lost her life, a family is grieving, and the suspect is arrested.